Good morning.
Good morning.
You're Christopher Bushnell.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. Bushnell, you were previously in court, entered pleas of guilty to the third-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle, and the second-degree felony offense of engaging in organized criminal activity. Those were for agreements of a 10-year probation deferred in each of those cases. I have received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you?
Are there any additions or corrections to the report?
Just that it may indicate that he doesn't take full responsibility, but after speaking with him, he does take full responsibility for his actions and involvement in both cases.
I've also reviewed jail incident reports. Have you both been given a copy of those?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have you.
So you're 17 now,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think he turns 18 until.
December 26th.
And Judge, if we need to go back and renegotiate an offer, obviously he's not even out of custody yet, and this is how he's acting.
Well, and
Your Honor, obviously due to his age, we want him to have the opportunity to get his life together, obviously not going into adulthood with felony convictions. I have preached to him the importance of following the rules and not.
you can't do it, can you?
Okay.
You cannot. 21 incident reports since January 25th of this year. 21. Fighting, calling officers names, stealing food, instigating fights, being a bully to other people in the dorm. Ridiculous. So if you can't follow rules in the jail, what makes you think you're going to come in here and I'm going to say, sure, go be on probation out in our community? After y'all shotgun, I mean, this is serious. I'm tired of the shootings. I'm tired of people, you could have killed somebody. And because you accidentally didn't kill somebody, you get a probation. Not today. If I could send you to ISF, I would consider it. I can't. At this point, I'm going to reject the plea agreements. We will set the cases for a review in about 30 days. Let's see where we are, go over his options, y'all talk. If I can always do, upfront time, but we've got to get to a certain point where that would make sense. And so at this time, I'm just going to reset the cases. Again, I'm rejecting these plea agreements. And let me tell you, you get more of these, it's only going to get worse. I'm going to see them. A jury's probably going to see them a jury will see them if you go to trial. And you're going to end up in prison for up to 20 years because you can't follow the rules in our jail and you're acting like a little punk. So go stop acting like a punk, prove that you can behave, and then we'll see what happens when you come back next. I'll see how many of these I have. Go back with the bailiff. Mr. Kimler? Yeah, on Mario Blunt. That's a sentencing.
Judge, I've spoken to the probation officer who's here, and I'm just going to ask the court to follow her recommendation. The one allegation that would have been proved up is a misdemeanor assault from last year that was never filed by the police department.
Okay.
It looks like we don't need to proceed on that.
So it looks like the recommendation is substance abuse.
ISS, or substance abuse ISS.
Well, it actually says substance abuse cognitive, and we can't do both. So
Is there one more than the other? Understanding that the problems are both common.
Yes.
Andrew, in your opinion, what do you think is best?
Cognitive first with JCBI aftercare.
okay, that would make sense.
And so that would be I understand this isn't an agreement, I don't think, but this is what we're asking the court to do based on the pleas that have been entered in probation's report.
I guess you're on the record. In talking with Mr. Blunt, I think that he will do, obviously he's not going to refuse ISF, but he was going to suggest that he's using, or has used marijuana or THC in the past to cope with anxiety issues in lieu of ISF, to perhaps try to pursue something through MHMR.
Well, he didn't just use THC, he also used methamphetamine, and I'm pretty sure that's not very good for anxiety.
Well, he's not contesting ISF.
Yeah. So, Mr. Blunt, you're on probation for an extremely serious offense. I could be sending you to prison today for a very long time for violating your probation. Sounds like probation's willing to work with you. You've done some positive things while you're on probation, which are good, that you are going to treatment. You've made a great deal of progress. Those are the things that I'm really concerned about, but they're not the only things I'm concerned about. You've got to follow all of the rules, not just some of them. You've got to get this drug deal kicked. If you don't, you're going to go to prison over drugs instead of really what you are, the underlying offense is. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to give you the opportunity. We're going to give you treatment. You take advantage of it and change that part of your life. Great. If you don't, you're back in here, and this is going to be zero tolerance. There's no messing up at this point.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If the treatment that you're getting through JCDI is not enough, it's going to be up to you to be a grown-up and go to probation and say, I'm feeling tempted, I need more help. Nobody wants to go into custody for more help, but it's better to go in for 90 days than it is to go to prison for up to 20 years. Right? Okay. So in clause number 15-21380, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 2 and 3 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and revoke your probation, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow the recommendation of the district attorney in probation and continue you on probation in order that you enter and successfully complete the cognitive track of the ISF program. And then when you're released, you will enter and successfully complete the JCDI program. These programs are doing two different things. The first one is to help you make better decisions. It's about thinking and making better decisions. The JCDI program is the drug intervention program to help you with what you need, hopefully, to stop using drugs. So you're going to have all the tools that you need to make these better decisions, and then it's going to be up to you. Continue doing everything you're supposed to through your treatment and other things like that. It sounds like that hasn't been an issue. You're still on a deferred probation. You're still not convicted of this offense. If you're back in here again, in all likelihood, you will be convicted and you will be going to prison for a very long time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning. Are you Camden Jackson? And Mr. Jackson, in clause number 25 DCCR 0114, you're charged with engaging in organized criminal activity. Ms. Perazo has filed a motion to withdraw as your attorney. And so do you have any opposition to me allowing her to withdraw? Answer out loud. Okay. So Ms. Perazo, I will grant your motion. Mr. Jackson, do you have the funds to hire an attorney?
Just not working on it.
You're working on it? So here's what I'm going to do in the meantime, because you're in custody. I'm going to go ahead and appoint an attorney. That way you have no lull in representation. Somebody will begin working on your case. If you get someone hired, then they can file the appropriate motions to step in, okay? But you will be appointed an attorney today. Now, before I send you back to the jail, I want to talk to you about this stack of incident reports that I have of how you're behaving in our jail. And I know that one of the things that you wanted Ms. Perazo to do, and that she had filed on your behalf that we're not going to take up today, is for me to reduce your bond. And I can assure you, nothing's going to happen other than your bond being increased if you continue to act like the little hooligan that you're acting like in our jail. I can't even tell you how angry this makes me. How old are you?
Just turned 19.
Just turned 19. Well, let me tell you something. It is time to grow up. Because you and the other little 18, 19, whatever y'all are doing in there, you're never going to get out of jail. You're going to end up in prison, and your life is just going to be just like this. And is that what you want?
No.
It's not, is it? Cussing at the correctional officers, laying in bed because you don't want to get up, staying up late because you know when you get to sleep late? when you're at home because you're not in jail for violating the law. That's when you get to sleep late. That's when you get to make your own decisions. You don't get to make those decisions right now. And I get a report every single time you're acting up. And you're going to keep coming in front of me with another lawyer, and it's the same thing. The DA knows about these, and if you think that's going to make them want to be nice and offer you some great deal on your case, it's not. All it's going to make everybody want to do is something worse to you. So starting today, if you think you want something good to come out of your case and you want some possible good treatment and to get out and to be able to live a life like the rest of us, start proving it starting today in jail. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Do you understand? All right, go back with the bailiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Kimler, you have Corey Carter. I thought this was set for a plea.
Well, it was, so they would.
I'll give the court explanation, Your Honor.
It was gonna.
Judge, we discussed what I thought was going to be a solid agreement, and then after reviewing jail disciplinary, I just didn't think the court would approve it. So I upped my offer, which is being refused.
Yeah, just to be clear, Your Honor, I had gotten Mr. Nichols to extend an offer of 4 years, which Mr. Carter was prepared to accept, and that's when I set it on the docket today to plea. I was contacted by Mr. Nichols yesterday and advised that he was withdrawing that offer based upon the jail write-ups, which I've been provided with,
Do you have
and that the
those?
offer was now 6 years and with a 7-year cap, and Mr. Carter's previously refused 5 years, so I did another refusal.
So, Mr. Carter, how old are you?
17.
17 years old. And do you realize now what you acting up in jail has already cost you? Do you really? Tell me what it's cost you. Well, some of your life. But you had already talked about a deal in your case that sounds like you were going to accept. Is that right? And because you can't behave and follow the rules in jail, and I get those reports, and the district attorney's office gets those reports, and your attorney gets those reports, they decided you don't deserve that, and I don't disagree with them. So here's what happens now. If your case goes to trial, and I'm going to go through some things in a few minutes about that, and you get found guilty in that trial, that jury can also hear all of those reports, every last one of them. And if you think this man right here ain't going to bring those in and show that jury why you don't deserve any mercy or whatever, he's going to do it. I would if I were him. So if you're going to be in front of a jury, or you're going to be in front of the judge, or someone who's deciding what happens to your life, you might ought to change what you're doing in that jail. I just had a talk with another young one. I don't know what's going on in that dorm with all of you young ones, but what y'all all need to do is look at each other and say, I don't want to go to prison for a long time. If you do, you go act up over there. And man up and say, I'm not going to behave like that. Because you're a man now. And you're in felony court. You don't feel like a man. Your brain's probably not functioning like a man. But you are in felony court like every other grown-up man. And if you make kid decisions and think that horseplaying and treating the people that are trying to work there the way you are is going to get you anywhere, it will. It's going to get you in there longer. Does that make sense? So what you're charged with is the third-degree felony offense of deadly conduct discharging a firearm from October 13th of 2024. And what that means...
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt again.
Yes.
He has a juvenile adjudication, which he is actually on parole for.
Felony conviction.
And that's a felony conviction. My understanding, and I need to file the proper notice, my understanding is that can be used to enhance him to a second degree. I don't think it precludes him from maybe getting probation from a jury. I need to make sure I vet that out through the family code.
Okay.
But my understanding is he's looking at a possible second-degree punishment range.
Do you agree with that?
It's a hybrid situation with the prior juvenile felony conviction. I think that Mr. Nichols is correct that it precludes, or it does not preclude him from having to be eligible for probation from a jury. However, it will enhance The punishment ranged
Okay.
from a 3rd degree to a 2nd degree.
So, Mr. Carter, what that means is that if you go to trial and a jury finds you guilty, and they find that that previous adjudication took place and was true, that you were adjudicated as a juvenile of a felony, that means that jury can sentence you anywhere in the range of punishment of a 2nd-degree felony instead of a 3rd, which is between 2 years and up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand? And I have a plea bargain rejection that you've signed with Mr. Kimler that shows that the district attorney's made an offer, if you wanted to enter a plea of guilty, for a 6-year term in prison or for a 7-year cap to me. You have every right to reject that offer and have your case set for trial. We've talked about all that. Do you want to reject that offer and have a jury decide? Okay, then we'll get your case set on the trial docket as quickly as we can. Again, don't get over there and forget what I told you today. It's very important. Do you understand? Okay, go back with the bailiff.
Thank you.
Three people, 3 very different outcomes, but the same message running through every single one of them. Christopher Bushnell, 17 years old, 2 felony cases, a probation deal sitting right there on the table, and 21 incident reports in just a few months. The judge didn't take that deal off the table to punish him. She took it off the table to wake him up, because at 17 you still have time, but you have to want it. Mario Blunt, still on deferred probation, still not convicted, still has everything to lose. The judge gave him treatment, gave him programs, gave him every tool he could possibly need. And she made one thing crystal clear. The next time he walks through that door, there are no more second chances. It's prison, period. That's what people don't understand about these courtrooms. The judge isn't your enemy. Half the time, they're the only one in that room fighting for you, but they can only do so much. The rest is on you. If you want more real courtroom cases like this one, subscribe. We drop new videos every week.